We are back here on the Blue Couches with our first guest today. Adam Bratton is the Executive Director of the Nonprofit Partnership. He joins us now to talk about Celebrate Nonprofits Week, which is this week, started today?
Well, it technically starts today, although we had a preemptive event yesterday at the Sea Wolves where we partnered with them on Volunteer Appreciation Day. So celebrated our volunteers in our community with the Sea Wolves, had a lot of fun. A day at the park, even though it was a little warm.
Yeah.
But yeah, today officially starts our week.
Well, tell us a little bit about the Nonprofit Partnership and the role that it plays here in our community.
Sure. So the Nonprofit Partnership is a capacity building organization that assists nonprofits really to do their work better. So we do that by fostering connections, celebrating excellence, focusing on best practice in the sector. We have a lot of programming. A lot of it's geared towards the people of the sector, so the staff, the board members, the volunteers that make up the sector, providing them with professional development, training, educational opportunities, all kinds of resources, consulting. So it's really to build up the people that do the great work in our community.
How does Erie do with its nonprofits? Do the nonprofits have a lot of support? Does the community support them? Could we be doing better? What needs do we have?
Right. We can always do better, but Erie does an amazing job. I think Erie Gives is a terrific testament to that. The fact that our nonprofits on that day of giving raise going up to almost $10 million now, where other communities, much larger cities, raise a lot less on their giving days. So I think it's a testament to the generosity of the Erie community. But our nonprofits are always pretty stretched thin, and they need the support of our community, and that's one of the reasons we started this week.
They always rely on that. With the presidential administration changing and some of the DOGE influences and everything, how are our nonprofits doing with the funding that they're hoping to get? I know there was a lot of concern early, a lot of questions. People weren't sure how it would affect them, how it might not affect them. Where are we with that?
It's starting to become a little clearer. I think a lot of that initial was it was a lot of bluster. We're starting to see really what the Congress and others are coming through with the laws that really are going to be the things that impact our sector and set the spending goals for the government. But the fact of the matter is, the nonprofit sector often does a lot of the work that people think the government does in providing the social safety net for our communities, and we do that partly through governmental support. So it's vital that we get that support.
Absolutely. How does Erie rank with nonprofits? Do we have more than other cities our size, or about the same?
We rank, in Pennsylvania, we're higher as far as the representation of nonprofits, and so naturally Erie's higher than, let's say, nationally. But it's a big, the nonprofit sector is a big element of our workforce, of our community, represents in Erie about 20% of our workforce that's non-governmental. So it has an incredible impact, not only on the services that it provides, but also economically.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some ways, as we're calling this Nonprofit Celebration Week, how are some of our viewers able to kind of take part and to give some extra thought to our nonprofits?
Sure. Well, they can first go to our website. It's celebratenonprofits.org is one of our websites that's specifically focused on the week. Learn a lot about the nonprofit sector, what it does, all the activities and events that are happening during the week. Go to our website at yournpp.org and discover a lot of information just about the nonprofits that make up our community. Everybody is served by a nonprofit, whether it's your church or a school or or a health system or a human service agency. Everybody is impacted by the nonprofit sector. And during this week, we just say, at a minimum, say thank you for the services that the nonprofit community provides to our society. Hopefully, make a donation, financially support the nonprofits. Again, they need it. in many ways. They're often stretched thin, and this is should be a great catalyst to, again, say thanks through some monetary giving.
Yeah, and of course, probably their favorite day of the year is Erie Gives Day.
That's a great day.
Which is coming up in August. Is it the 8th? August 8th?
No, I believe it's the 13th this year.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a wonderful day of giving. You can go to eriegives.org to get all kinds of information about the day, about how to make a donation, and if you're a nonprofit, about how to register.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that too is that quite often your donations are matched, so it's a good day to go ahead and make that donation. But they could take donations any time of the year. Don't just wait for Erie Gives Day.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. And this week's a great week to do that.
It sure is. Adam, thanks for joining us today. It's
Thank you for having me.
to chat about